Hello everybody, it's Zeidoktor here. Once again running solo as I do a review of My Hero Academia, chapter 104, titled Climax, Each of Our Abilities. Which sounds like an anime episode title, but it's not a unfitting one. Right, so this chapter opens up pretty much with where we left off last time, where we got a whole big variety of battlegrounds a la USJ. We're getting a recap of the rules of our little contest. Each person taking part in this, all 1,500 people of this contest are of this part of the Chunin exam, the Hero Licensing Provisional Licensing exam, are given 3 little tags they have to put on their bodies and 6 balls. They have to use the balls to hit all 3 tags on any one person, and the first 100 people who can take someone out or can take out at least 2 others, will pass. Ms. Joke is noting that the first 100 to pass system is really going to spur on the aggressive offensive types. But there's way more to it than just that, which Eraserhead confirms, because unity, cooperation, information gathering ability, all of those factors will be keys to success in this exam. And the first to pass system might get some of these people carried away, and they'll cause them to lose their cool, which could end up turning on them if they're not careful. And as Eraserhead says that, we see our team together. It looks like, if I've counted correctly, it looks like we've got about 14 out of 20 members of the class. And for anybody who's paying attention to these things, Hagakure is off to the right next to Eraserhead's speech bubble. Yeah. The only ones that seem to be missing are Aoyama, Bakugo, Todoroki, Kirishima. There's 2 others. Chuyu. Yeah, Chuyu is missing somewhere. I can't recall who else is missing in there. Okay, they've got... Yeah, it'll come together. Trying to see if they're all... There's 5. Yeah, there's 5 girls. There's Hagakure there. It's easy to miss. Ha ha ha. Anyway, the competitors, Ms. Joke class, are noting that most of those projectiles got deflected, but that's fine because they weren't really expecting to be taken out that easily. One of the guys uses the ability that hardens the balls he's going to throw, gives them to someone else. Guy who's got this weird little Hunter x Hunter face going, or maybe like a mix of Saitama and Speed of Sound Sonic. Shipper is good on that. What this guy does, apparently his thing is called Boomerang. He can actually throw them underground and they'll still keep going like normal. And since they can't read the trajectory underground, it should guarantee a hit. Unfortunately for them, Jiro is there. She hooks her earphones into her things on her wrist, puts them to the ground, and just with a move called Heartbeat Fuzz, just earthquakes the hell out of the place. It is very awesome. It still doesn't actually stop the balls from moving in, but in this case, here comes Ashido with a ability she calls Acid Veil. And she knows that by making her acid gooey, she can actually turn it into a wall, making it handy as a defensive technique. The audience are noticing that there are some special moves that have been done. The UA kids are at the top of their game. Tokoyami jumps in using his shadow covering ability and renaming it Black Ankh, as in like the Egyptian symbol, which Deku notes is both easier sounding and easier to say and cooler sounding. He then promptly ruins it by calling his next attack a Piercing Claw of the Dusk. Good work there, buddy. Good work, Tokoyami. He attacks who I thought was before would look like a shark girl, like with the shark teeth and everything. But then Turtle might actually be more accurate because she actually retracts her body into her upper body into her lower body. There's even a comment that her belt buckle even looks like a turtle shell. Shindo realizes that these are not the same guys they fought at the sports festival, since they've come that far in a very short time. Our sleepy man, our sleepy little Muppet Proctor here, is noted that 0 examinees have passed so far, but he'll keep everyone up to date as it goes. Deku realizes that they're sort of in the wait-and-see phase as they're kind of getting the hang of the rules, like targeting the weak points, protecting them as they fight, like making sure that the odds of a lucky hit are fairly low. Of course, he does predict that the hang on, there we go. He does predict that the fight's going to start picking up soon, and Shindo's ready to go. Ms. Joke is pointing out that Eraserhead's comment that the other kids will get the tables turned on was like, that's pretty big talk. She knows that there are more kids aiming to be heroes than there are stars in the sky, and that resolve doesn't care about fame or doesn't care if you're famous or not. In fact, taking on the role of taking on the leading part and looking down on everyone else. That's how you get the tables turned on you, which is what she claims the UA team is doing. So instead, back to the battle, Shindo is saying he'll split their defense. He uses the maximum power ability he calls Way of the Earthquaking, or Way of the Quaking Earth. It's hard to say for sure on there, it's kind of confusingly written. But basically he counters Jiro's Earthquake with an Earthquake of his own, and that is actually his quirk. It's called Shake. He can make things shake by touching them. However, aftershocks are reflected back onto his body based on the strength and speed of the shaking, sometimes rendering him unable to move. So basically, he can throw out earthquakes, but he gets the aftershocks. And he points out that they've got special moves of their own. And everyone's kind of falling and getting separated here. And Sleepy Muppet is like, it's about time for one or two to pass any moment now. And as if on cue, in another portion of the city, we've got a bunch of guys fighting, and one of Shiketsu High's members, Yoro Arashi Inasa, steps in by creating a whirlwind or a tornado that just sweeps up every last one of the balls that are being thrown around. And at this point, we have him dressed up in such a way that people have been comparing him to M. Bison. And he's screaming out, heroes are hot-blooded. Everybody fighting, everybody's fired up. I love it when things get hot. And at this point, like, this fight, allow me to partake in this hotness. That sounds like a bad pickup line. Please and thank you. He just launches all the balls, just all of them. It's like, that's got to be the most polite special attack move ever. And Sleepy Muppet is noticing that, one, they have their first examinee to pass, it's Inasa, and he alone has single-handedly taken down 120 people. And apparently Sleepy Muppet has become Awake Muppet because of that surprise. It's only going to get more interesting from here. I'm going to just keep calling him Sleepy Muppet. I don't care what his name is now. Deku is recovering from the massive earthquake. He knows that it must be hard to use. Even now he's being analytical as ever. Like, he must be hard to use where there's a lot of buildings. It's like, and he's worried because they've clearly done their work, and with the situation they played right into the Ketsubuchu's hands. They've got to. Deku realized they need to team up together. If they're fighting by themselves, it's over. And their ability to cooperate by the other guys' ability to cooperate by leveraging their strengths and their battle judgment are a whole different level. It's the 1 year experience gap that's making all the difference here. It looks like 1 year of extra training, and he's noticing to himself, like, even though he's fighting some of the strongest people in the country, like, he's actually for some reason getting a little excited, and then he's promptly kicked in the face. And in the process, one of the balls hits. He gets a ball in one of his chest areas, and one of his triggers. The girl that attacked him is like chastising him for like zoning out like that. And Deku notes that he pretty much came out of nowhere, literally from right in front of him. And this girl, who quite frankly looks like one of Ewok's angels from Bleach, or Femme Raiders, if you want to use the more common nickname. I like Ewok's angels personally. She looks just like that, and she's basically commenting that being able to smile while in kind of a dangerous situation like that is kind of weird. Deku immediately recognized her as one of the classmates of Inasa's from Shiketsu High. It's like, you're kind of cool, aren't you? And now it's Deku versus this girl, whatever her name may be. And that is the end of the chapter. And one thing that came to my mind while reading this chapter is, like, with Inasa's display, I think I have an idea now why he didn't go to UA. He loves UA, but he also loves competition and challenge, it looks like. So maybe he didn't go to UA for the express purpose of being able to compete against UA. Like, he found that more exciting, more challenging than just, like, being part of the team. If so, hopefully we'll get something in there for that. Definitely got to see some pretty cool moves. Like, I do like to see that we're getting some good ways to see guys, like some of the characters that don't get a whole lot of limelight a lot of the time, like Jiro, getting just to kick some ass. I do love Tokoyami. Like, he simplifies one move name only to make the follow-up just as long as the other one did. Don't ever change, you Chuny Falco, you. And I have to admit, I thought that, and the one that he used it on, like I said, I thought it was like a shark power because he had like the sharp teeth and such. But like, see, the way her body retracts, it's like, I wonder if that's a turtle power or something else going on. Definitely getting some nice little variety of moves here. I do like the idea. So we're going to see how this goes. I do wonder how Deku is going to deal with this one. There's a couple of possibilities I saw that just kind of like reading up on a chapter, like on comments and such. Is wondering if the girl that attacked him at the end was actually a teleporter or something, or someone maybe who could move like at top speed, something like that maybe. There's definitely, and I do like that. This like we're going to get into the, and I can't help but feel that Deku's definitely going to be Deku's fights are probably going to be marked by working out the nature of a quirk more than anyone else's, just because that's his thing. That's what he's good at. Like even when he's recovering from combat, he's like that pack Howard, that earthquake power. Like must be tough to use when there's a lot of buildings. And then we have like 5 or 6 MIA members of the class. Like I said, identified all but one. I can't remember who the. I can't think of who's missing right off the top of my head. Let's see here. Goes Bakugo, Todoroki, Aoyama, Chuyu. Who am I missing? Alright, well, if it comes to me, I'll put it in the comment, or you guys can let me know. But let's see here. I mean, other than the fact that Deku is down one hit out of 3, we don't know what the status of everybody else is yet, so it's hard to say where we'll wind up in. But I think he's right. Deku's right that they do need to stick together for as much as possible. And I hope we're going to see something out of Uraraka, because she's the one who specifically reacted to Deku. And I'm still going to maintain my theory that Mineta is going to somehow pull through in the clutch for everybody. Because, I don't know, they give him like a little bit extra attention, like he actually does have a potential like ability, because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it occurs to me that he could use his sticky balls to fake out people who make them think they're the real balls. Or, since it's possible they don't care like who throws the balls, going by the fact that Inasa got like 120 in one shot, maybe he can even use them to trigger the things on his own. Maybe they'll count it. It's hard to say. That might be a little too dishonest for this kind of thing, but we'll see. Meantime, that's been. I'm going to kind of call it there. That's been my review here of My Hero Academia, Chapter 104. Climax, each of their abilities. I'm going to. And this week we'll also have One Piece to look forward to, so there'll be a video for that too. Meantime, goodbye, people.